Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. So my name is Muhammad Daniel Putra bin Sharniza, matric number CE200225. So I'm from group 7. So my title for this project is the correlation between distance cycle and calories burn. So my part for this video is A, state the mean standard deviation, minimum and maximum for the value independent and dependent variable, and then sketch scatter diagram and regression line for the data. So my team use SPSS software, which is this. The first thing we must to do is variable view. We decide that this is the distance cycle and this is the calories burn. So distance cycle in kilometer and calories burn in kilocalories. So after we decide this, we input the data. So this is the data that distance cycle and calories burn. So the data it have 100 data. Then we must to decide the mean, standard deviation, and minimum and maximum. So we must to do is we just click the analyze, describe statistic frequency. So this is the variable distance cycle and calories burn. We click statistic. So what we want is mean, standard deviation, minimum, and maximum. We just click continue and then OK. So this is the answer for the mean, standard deviation, minimum, and maximum. So the mean is for the distance cycle is 48.95834146, and the mean for the burn calories is 72.73505055. So this is the standard deviation value, and this is the minimum, and the last one, this is the maximum. So after that, for the B question is uh, sketch the scatter diagram and design the line of the data. Diagram for the scatter is we just click graph and then legacy dialog. This is the scatter. We just click the simple scatter. We define it. So the x-axis, which is distance cycle in kilometers, and the y-axis is calories burned in kilocalories. So we just click OK. So this is the scatter diagram. So we want to put the put the regression line. So for the regression line is we just click this. Okay, so this is data. We just put the take the element fit line in total. So it have mean, linear, quadratic, cubic, and losses. So we just click linear and then apply. So close. So this is the answer for the question B. So this is the line for the regression data. R2 linear is 0.599, and I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Khaira bin Sari. In this video, I'm going to explain for the question C and also D. So this is our manual calculation. So for the beta one, which is slope or regression coefficient, we get 1.3224, and for the beta naught, which is for the y-intercept, we get 7.9926, and the last one is least square line. We get 7.9926 plus 1.3224. So this is the manual calculation. So now we can check with the simulation by using the SPSS application. We have to click analyze, and we have to select regression and also linear, and then we have to insert the dependent and also independent variable, and then we click OK. And after that, we can see here there are four tables. The first one is variable, model summary, ANOVA, and the last one is coefficient. So we can see here in the table 4, for the beta 1, the beta naught, we get same, which is 7.991, and for the beta 1 we get 1.322, which is same as our manual calculation that we have done. And for the question D, we have to check the significance of alpha 0.05. So there are 6 steps. the first step we have to state the hypothesis. For the null hypothesis is p equal to 0, and the alternative hypothesis is p not equal to 0. And the second step we have to state all the information, and the given alpha is 0.05, and we get a df is 98. And for the step 3 we have to find the value of critical, and then we get 1.98. Step 4 we have to find t-test. So the first one we find the r. So value for r we get 0.7737, and we get a value for the t-test 12.0894. And step 5 we have to make a decision. Since the t-test we get more than value of critical, which is 1.89, so reject the null hypothesis. And the last one we have to make a conclusion, which is at 5% level of significance there is enough evidence of linear relationship. So this is the manual, and then we can see in the simulation we can see here this is value of r, which is 0.774, and this is the value for t-test, which is 12.090, which is same as our manual calculation that we have done. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Alright, so Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Faiz Amiruddin bin Abdullah. My matrix number is CE200135, and I am going to give a quick explanation on question E and F. So for question E, we need to interpret the meaning of the intercept and slope in this problem, and we need to comment any possible event. So the interpretation of the intercept and slope can be said beta naught is represent y-intercept, while beta 1 is indicates the slope of the regression line. And then the equation is y equal to beta naught plus beta 1 times x, and is represent the relationship between the distance cycle in kilometer and the calories burned in kilocalorie. So from the SPSS, the slope is equal to 1.3224, and the calories burned will increase by 1.3224, while the y-intercept is 7.9926, and it indicates the average value of calories burned even if there is no distance cycle. Right, so for our question F, we need to test the hypothesis, which is H naught, the beta naught are not equal to 0, and then for H1, the beta 1 are not equal to 0. And then we need to test the hypothesis with the 5% level of significance. Right, so first thing first, we go to our SPSS, click on analyze, and then go for regression, and click on our linear. So first thing first, we need to make sure that our dependent is calories burned, and then for our independent is distance cycle. After that, click on OK. Automatically, the outcome of our regression will be 4 table, which is variable entered, link or remove, model summary, ANOVA, and also the coefficients. So we go straight to our coefficients, and then we can see that there are one model and with two categories, which is which is constant and also distance cycle. Then we need to look on our t. So the t for constant is 1.464, and then our distance cycle is 12.090. So there are two things that we need to make, which is for the decision. For the decision, we need to reject the null hypothesis, which is H naught, and then we need to make a conclusion from this this T, the result for this T. So there are not enough evidence to support that to support claim that intercept equal to 0. So hence it can be concluded that the intercept is not equal to 0. So that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Adi Shahmi bin Zamali, CE200102. So right now I will explain about question G and H. So the first one is compute the coefficient of Pearson correlation and interpret the meaning. So the Pearson coefficient is a type of correlation coefficient that represent the relationship between two variables that are measured on the same interval or ratio scale. The Pearson coefficient is a measure of the strength of the association between two continuous variables. So this is our manual calculation. There is SXY value, SXX value, and SYY. So our manual calculation answer is 0.773728631. So we will go to the SPSS calculation. So to find out the answer for the question Pearson coefficient, first one we need to click analyze and then go to the correlate and click bivariate and transfer both variables to the right side. Click option and tick means and standard deviation and then click OK. So this is our SPSS calculation answer, which is 0.773728 for Pearson correlation. Basically, our manual calculation and SPSS answer just almost the same, so that means it was proven right. Finally, the last question is compute the coefficient of determination and interpret the meaning. The coefficient of determination is a statistical measurement that examines how difference in one variable can be explained by the difference in a second variable when predicting the outcomes of a given event. So this is our manual calculation for coefficient of determination. This is the value for SYY and this is value for SSE. So our manual calculation answer for coefficient of determination is 0.59864215, and then we go to SPSS. So as I said before, distance cycle is independent variable and calories burned is dependent variable. So first, if we want to find the determination, click analyze and then go to regression and then click linear. So transfer distance cycle at independent and calories burned at dependent. Click statistic, take descriptive and confidence, then click plot ZPRED at X and ZRESID at Y. Click continue and OK. So as we can see, here is the SYY value by SPSS, which is 27472.026, and then SSE value is 11025.738. So our SPSS answer for the determination is 0.598656. So basically our SPSS calculation answer and manual calculation answer is almost the same, so I think that was proven right.